Hey everyone, I am Hamlik, and in this video I will cover League of Legends as the state of which it was, how it was when I left, and what the current status of the game is. If you enjoy this video, don't forget to hit the like button, and without further ado, let's get it. About 8 or 9 years ago, I started playing League of Legends. I quickly fell in love with the AD carry role, and let me tell you, it was a super fun time with my friends. Cue the montage.
For the record, I'm done trying to make y'all comfortable. For the record, you ain't trying to grow, then it's done for you. For the record, lab on me going all the way. For the record, ain't trying to link, no time to waste. For the record, 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 for the record. Been a little too nice to y'all. Now I gotta up price on y'all. Snake eyes on dice for y'all. Shoulders on ice for y'all. Frozen. A6 all the hate. I won't get involved today. Got lost in the ballin' age. I'm flipping the bars. I'm flipping the. On record, off record. I still count wins when they doubt it. On record, off record. I let them take advantage. I was wildin'. On record, off record deals. Tell them talk to Colin for the quote. On record, off record. I still want the act, not the ghost. Running through it with the young influence. Adolescent presence. I'm succumbing to it. I've been giving yeses when I shouldn't do it. I complete objective, but the moves elusive. And I'm barely moving, but I'm still gon' boost them. I can't work on winnings when I know you're losing. So I with the winners and they throw the deuces. Guess I have to pivot, shooting the bazookas for the facts. I need racks, paper cash, buck attacks. That's a joke, tell them laugh. Uncle Sam, buck out the bag. Brody plot, we'll get a whack. Contract, give me the max. I got lab on my back. You ain't that, then it's raps. Whoa. For the record, I'm done trying to make y'all comfortable. For the record, you ain't trying to grow, then it's done for you. For the record, lab on me going all the way. For the record, ain't trying to link, no time to waste. For the record, yeah. For the record.
As time went on, the AD carry role became less and less desired as the tank meta was introduced. All tanks were good, and they were in every game, and this quickly led to me not enjoying my favorite role nearly as much. So as I climbed the ranks, it was more and more apparent that my win rate and the odds of winning in a ranked match were drastically declining. I dabbled in other roles, but to me it wasn't enough to keep me into the game, as my favorite role was getting weaker and weaker. I was so frustrated that I eventually uninstalled the game, with no desire ever to play again. After 6 years, I finally got the urge to install League again. I have not followed anything about the game, thus I had no idea what I was going to get myself into. Alrighty, first time opening the game, and okay, we got these interesting colors, and what the fuck is this furry shit? Get me out, 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 get me out. After that weird experience, I decided just to jump into the game. Champion Select was more visually pleasing than the old UI, but it was also more confusing. Pre-telling your team who you were going to play was an interesting idea. The bans were completely different and less meaningful, but regardless, I was eager to revive my dominance as an AD carry. My mind was ready, but my dexterity had left. Laning felt awkward, and my damage felt weak. Farming was as foreign to me as when I first started playing. As the match progressed, a glimpse of my former glory had presented itself. But it didn't matter. I felt lost, not sure what item to buy first. It was just like a whole new world again. All my previous knowledge seemed to be forgotten or useless. I did not know what to buy, when to gank, how Dragon even worked anymore, or anything, for that matter. It was becoming very apparent that I needed help, so I enlisted my ex-duo and roommate to guide me in my endeavor. I'm assuming typical start like before, Doran's Blade and health potion?
Yep. Still good.
Alright.
Duo lanes get less experience when sharing, solo lanes get experience faster.
So you like at a disadvantage unless you get kills?
Sometimes like that, sometimes it's just, they'll be 4 levels up on you. The solo lanes will.
Why'd they make that change? That doesn't make sense.
Because junglers kept ganking and they didn't like it.
But isn't that what junglers are supposed to do?
I don't know. Riot works in mysterious ways.
He was right. What kind of bullshit is this? AD carry was already a dying breed when I left, and they somehow managed to make it worse when I was gone. That didn't work.
No, he didn't. He went way too early.
Dude, he just one-shots me.
Yep.
But how does hurting the levels of the laners correct that?
There was 2 separate nerfs. One for passive laners at the beginning of the season, and one in the middle of the season for junglers. I don't know the reasoning behind the laner one.
Like, it just doesn't make sense. Like, I'm actually just, like, confused. And I was, and still am. But regardless of this horrific state of League that I returned to, I was determined to have fun and make the most of it. My doubts have already returned after hearing about the terrible decisions Riot made towards the AD carry role. But I finally made up my mind. It was time to grind. Cue the montage.
I will never let you out of sight.
After grinding for a few days with only a couple of wins and a lot of struggle to get it, it became clear that Riot has completely destroyed the satisfying feeling of being an attack damage carry. I found that the XP changes meant that I was constantly falling behind no matter how well I was playing. The top and mid lane were always 2 to 3 levels ahead of me until late game, which made team fights difficult by making me one-shottable by almost everyone. Another thing I was really disappointed in is that all of the builds were super expensive for the nature of being behind all game. On top of having a disadvantage from levels, you have a huge struggle to get core items completed. The combination of the two really made it a massive pain to play and hard to find enjoyment out of. Sure, the kills and big plays are still a highlight, but the bad really outweighs the good in my opinion as a casual. It's pretty sad if you think about it. You know, in the gaming industry, this is usually something you find when the devs see something as an issue that the player base does not. They create a problem that doesn't exist and fix it, thus creating a negative change for the AD carry players around the world. I wish that in the future we can look back at this time of League as a disappointing venture. I miss the feeling of winning your lane and being rewarded for it, like all of the other lanes do currently. We can only hope that someday Riot will bring back the true feeling of belonging that all of us damage carries long for. Thank you for watching, guys. If you've enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. If you enjoy my content, please hit the subscribe. And don't forget to turn your alerts on. See you guys next time. Get it.